Hey everyone, today we're going to be checking out the Core Backpack from KNKG, which is now available in wax canvas. KNKG is known for making some rugged, everyday carry bags that are geared towards people who are looking for something that they can also use for the gym. And so this one definitely caught my eye due to its layout, and of course, wax canvas bags are something that I always enjoy using. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about what it's been like to use this over the past couple of weeks. I'll show you how I've loaded it out, walk through all the features, and I'll also talk about how it compares to some of the other similar bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel, we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Before starting to test the bag out, I did want to record the unboxing experience as it is pretty unique with this version of the bag. And so once you open up the shipping box, you actually see this incredible looking wooden box, which stores the backpack itself. And so on the inside of the shipping package, it says "Pack for Greatness." And I think that the box that they have here really kind of sets the tone for that. So pretty cool there. And so getting this box out, make sure I don't drop it on the table. You have this amazing display here. I really thought this was very cool. And so this is, got the KNKG logo, built to work hard, very sturdy. And then you have, these latches here so you can open the box up and you are greeted with, some paper on the inside. You can remove that. You can see that this opens flat, so you can see the text on the lid and then the bag itself. This is the wax canvas edition, which I am very excited to get hands-on with. So I'll be loading this out and starting to use it very soon. I'll jump ahead to the review itself here in a second. I'll take it out though. And on the inside, you have a couple of additional bonuses with this special edition version of the bag. So you have this little keychain that's been included, and a wallet. So really cool to have these. I think this may be for a limited time. I'm not sure if they will always include these for whenever this version is shipped, but just very cool to have this box to store the bag or other things going forward. I'm a big fan of this sort of aesthetic, and so really cool, unique bonus that this was included. Starting off with the overall aesthetic, to me this offers a pretty interesting mix of something that feels a little more vintage, just with the kind of top-loading style and the wax canvas, but it still has kind of a tactical flair with some of the webbing that's on the front. Very functional, but still something that I think is going to work well in a lot of different situations, whether you're walking around the city, traveling, or going into the outdoors. And then as far as the materials, the bag feels very solidly built. This version is made out of wax canvas, which I'm always a fan of for its durability, and I also really like how wax canvas bags will develop their own patina as you use them more and more. You'll get scuffs and marks, and it'll just kind of have a very unique aesthetic while still feeling very durable over the longer term. And so very solid. You also have some great feeling components all throughout and some smooth working YKK zippers. Continuing along the outside of the bag, I was happy to see that you have dual external water bottle pockets. These are going to offer a nice amount of space and elasticity. They were able to hold my 26-ounce Yeti Rambler. You can see that they expand out to accommodate that, and they're not the tallest compartments, but it still feels like a pretty good fit here. And again, it's nice to have one on each side. And then because of that elasticity, when you remove your bottle, it's going to help keep the pockets closer to the bag. And on the front, you also have these rows of webbing here that you can use to attach additional gear. And then a unique aspect with this bag is that they have this Velcro that allows the strap to kind of pop up so that you can use it to store something like a weight belt, or I would probably use it more so for a jacket or something else. So always happy to have additional ways to secure gear on the outside of the bag. And then you have the KNKG logo here on the front. I'm not crazy about the colorway here and how much it contrasts with the rest of the bag. I wish that a darker material had been used to just kind of blend in a little bit more. And you have that same colorway at the top here. I don't mind it as much. I think that this handle looks and feels really nice, very comfortable. I like the amount of space that's offered here, well reinforced. And then the last thing I'll mention while we're talking about the exterior is that the bag can stand up on its own. It feels a little inconsistent just given that the bag doesn't have a super rigid structure, so as the weight shifts around, there is a chance that it could tip over. Moving into the capacity, the bag comes in at about 25 liters, which I'm always a fan of as it feels like a size that can work for your day-to-day without feeling overwhelmingly bulky, but will still give you some extra capacity when you need to, particularly with the layout that this offers. And I like that even when it's a little bit more packed out, it still managed to maintain a pretty streamlined profile, which made it great for navigating crowded areas, jumping onto public transit, and carrying onto a variety of domestic and international airlines. Continuing with the harness system, so far the bag has been really comfortable to wear. I like how the straps have been implemented here. They have a nice amount of padding that feels comfortable right out of the box. On the inside, you have a breathable material to help prevent moisture from building up. And then the straps also have a good width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders. You have an adjustable sternum strap here as well. And on the back, you also have a nice amount of padding that's well distributed. You have that same breathable material here, as well as some elevation to create these air channels to provide you with airflow while you're walking around throughout the day. One last thing to call out here is that you have this little slot here, which I thought could work as a luggage pass-through. Unfortunately, it didn't work with the suitcases that I typically use. The handle was just a little bit too large, so I'm not sure if that's actually the intended use case or if this is maybe more so meant to pair with this functionality that I mentioned on the front if you have a belt that goes all the way around. So, definitely would love to see this be just a little bit bigger so that I could rest this on my suitcase if I needed to. Jumping into the organizational options, you have a quick access pocket at the top. I always love these types of compartments, just very easy to reach down and grab stuff when I need to. And so decent amount of space here. At the moment, I'm using this to store my charging cable for my phone. I have my AirPods, and then I also have my mouse. And so I can see here on the inside, no additional organization, but still nice amount of space. And then on the front of the bag, you have another zippered quick access pocket. This one's a little smaller, but was still able to handle my headlamp. Then I also tossed in a nail clipper set, but this could kind of substitute in for a portable battery or something like that. So very simple compartment here. And then you have an admin compartment on the back. And one thing that I noticed here is that when you're opening this up, you want to make sure that the zipper doesn't kind of bump into the webbing. Sometimes it took me a little while to get used to that, but it does open up a nice amount, so you have good visibility, a little bit of internal organization. One thing to note is that it does share volume with that front compartment, so you kind of just have to pick and choose what items go where so that you can maximize the space. And so in this one, I'm just using this to store some of the bulkier accessories that I have, my sunglasses with their case, and then I also have a USB-C hub. I didn't really use many of the slip pockets in here at the bottom. I just tossed in a multi-tool. You have kind of a mesh slip pocket here, and then on the back, another slip pocket that could be good for something like a notebook, and then some smaller pockets here, maybe for a portable battery, and then other small slots. So, it's good to have those if you need them, but they stay out of the way if you just kind of want to use this as a larger pocket as I did. And then before moving into the main compartment, one thing I want to call out is that this does have a dedicated shoe compartment, which I'm always a fan of, particularly for a gym bag, to be able to separate out my shoes or dirty clothes. This is really nice. It does poke into the main compartment, so it'll take up space if you put your shoes in there. You can see how much it comes out, which is also great to allow you to clean this or allow it to air out. One thing I noticed here is that this compartment doesn't have any sort of ventilation. So if you're storing something that is wet, like a bathing suit, some gym clothes, you want to keep that in mind and make sure to leave the compartment open once you arrive back home. And then moving into the main compartment, you have this top loading layout here. So a really big bucket of space, and it's gonna work well with my modular setup. At the moment, I have my Bellroy tech case here, Beat Studio headphones, packable rain jacket, a couple of pouches from Evergoods, alpaca. I have another Evergoods pouch here at the bottom, Civic Access pouch 1 liter, and the 2 liter. All of those things fit in there comfortably. It still felt like it had some leftover space, which is nice. And you can see very simple open layout here. This could also work for minimal travel if I wanted to toss in a packing cube, a toiletry bag, an extra pair of shoes. I could definitely use this for a longer weekend trip. And here at the bottom, you can see the shoe compartment kind of poking in. So when this is packed out, you'll have to make sure to organize your stuff around it to accommodate for that space. And then at the bottom of this compartment, not sure if you can get a look there, there is another mesh slip pocket to just add a little bit of separation. It's about the height of my hand, so it's not super deep, but it's pretty low into the compartment. I kind of wish that it had been pulled up a little bit, as that seems like a great spot for smaller items that I just want to grab quickly when I open this compartment up versus having it so far to the bottom. And on the back, you have a dedicated laptop sleeve. It's got this buckle to help secure your device, and the sleeve itself offers a little bit of padding. You can see kind of this mesh padding here. It's not super rigid. I would have liked to have seen something thicker just to provide that extra protection for the laptop since it is in the main area and there's no way to kind of access it without opening this up. Another thing about this compartment is that it's not really suspended off the bottom of the ground. So when you drop your laptop in, you want to be careful to make sure that there's no bumps there. And you can definitely fit a 15 or 16 inch laptop. Currently I have my 14 inch MacBook Pro. So pulling my device out. Now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. Again, that nice sort of material on the front sleeve. And then you do have the padding from the back. So, it does feel like there's some protection. And if you want to use a case with your device, with the amount that this comes up, it will work pretty well. And so I just wish that it had been pulled up a little bit more, but still, happy to have a dedicated section to at least be able to easily reach my device when I need to. So that's pretty much it as far as the layout for this main compartment. Really like the simplicity and how flexible it is as far as what it can hold. And I like the layout throughout the rest of the bag. Feels very useful. And if you're looking for something that can work well as a daily bag, as a gym bag that's gonna offer a unique style and a rugged build, and this is gonna be a really cool option to take a look at. And so to wrap up, you can currently purchase this on the company site. It's gonna come in at around $250 for the wax canvas edition that I featured in this video. So definitely an investment. It does, however, feel like you're getting something that's really solidly built and it's gonna offer a nice feature set, but there's gonna be some other great bags in this price range that may be worth considering. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag this made me think of is the Torch backpack from Unit 1 Gear. That's another option that's meant for people that are looking for a tech/gym bag. It's a really great commuter bag that's got durable materials, pretty comfortable harness system, nice organizational layout. It's got a dedicated laptop area, removable tech pouch, spacious main compartment. You have a shoe compartment, quick access pockets. And then another interesting aspect with that bag is that the company sells smart lights that you can put onto the bag to make you a little bit more visible at night if you're commuting. And so, it just offers a really interesting feature set. And if you're looking again for a bag that's gonna be great for tech, for your everyday, and for, using for the gym, that's gonna be an interesting option to consider. The next bag this made me think of is the Air Duffel Pack 3, which has Air's typical kind of techie style, very rugged materials, super comfortable harness system, padded laptop sleeve, a duffel style main compartment. You also have a dedicated shoe compartment to store, your shoes, your dirty clothes, and then you have external water bottle pockets. So, it offers a lot of the features that you would expect for kind of a gym/commuter bag. And if you're looking for something that's got a little bit of a different layout, then that's gonna be an excellent option to consider. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the Modern Dayfarer Backpack, which has a pretty modern, stylish appearance that's gonna work well in an urban setting. Also great for taking into the office, got a pretty comfortable harness system, luggage pass-through, a top-loading layout with the ability to also open flat. So it's a really cool layout that makes it easy to organize. You also have a dedicated shoe compartment on the larger version of the bag, dedicated laptop compartment that's padded, suspended, water bottle pockets. So, kind of covering the basics well. And if you're looking for something that's gonna be solidly built and offer that kind of more modern and stylish appearance, then that's gonna be an excellent option to take a look at. With that being said, the Core Backpack holds up very well against all those options. Even without the wax canvas, it still offers a really impressive feature set. It's a very versatile bag, and then it's great to see the company experimenting with new fabrics, offering something unique. Particularly the unboxing experience was really cool. And so if you're looking for a rugged, everyday carry bag with a nice feature set that's gonna work well for the gym, this is gonna be a very cool option to take a look at. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the Core Backpack in wax canvas and how it compares to some of the other popular EDC/gym bags that are currently on the market. And if there's any similar options that you think that I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank the company for sending the bag for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.